anyone who has never joined me before, this is a free writing creative session where I guess it's stream of consciousness writing. It's essentially the morning pages from the artist's way. Every morning for the last 9 months I have been writing at least 30 minutes to an hour. It's supposed to be 3 pages on a standard size notebook. Sometimes I do 4. That's why we're here. So if you're doing the morning pages along with me, then fantastic. And if you need writing prompts, I have some in the description box below. Depending on who joins us in the chat, it might be kind of chit-chatty or it might be quiet and just an opportunity to listen to the birds and the sound of the city waking up. You'll probably hear people. I'm sure you'll hear a siren, maybe a couple horns, some doors, a lot of birds, maybe a dog. But yeah, that's it. Happy Sunday, or whatever day it is when you're watching this. Yeah, it's my medicine. I have to take it while I'm on live. It's just for my ADHD. Could I? HB. Thanks, HB. I really appreciate that. When I was editing it, I was thinking of you because I know I didn't talk about precognition very much. There wasn't a lot to like sidebar into on this episode. I mean, there was, but in terms of like research things, I mean, also I might be making excuses because I've just been so busy, but I really appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, bud. You cannot just come in and out. It's too cold. The doors gotta be closed. This dog cannot decide what he wants. It's so cold. Why is it so cold? It's supposed to warm up this week. HB, I appreciate that. It was a tough one. I don't know why it was so tough. I think episode 6 was so wonderful and there was so much there to research. That's why the video was longer. And I loved it. I loved it so much. And this one was fascinating, but there wasn't as much me to dive into. And I guess I could have if I really wanted to, but it was different and a little more difficult. I will say, I'm excited for the next one because it talks specifically about the arguments against spelling. Talks about facilitated communication, but also the more modern versions, the spelling to communicate and rapid prompting. And I think I really am going to bring in the most recent Talk Tracks episode because it was fascinating. It was with I want to say she's a civil engineer, but that's not true. She was an engineer of some type who set out to specifically debunk the telepathy tapes and cut it, and talks all about the research that she jumped into and the interviews she conducted and all of the stuff that she did that everyone is wishing that the journalists would do right now, and they're just not. But it's a great episode, so I think I'm going to weave it into the next one. Just makes sense. We've got more information now. Might as well. teach me. You really do. You really do. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. I'm so sad that it's so cold. It's supposed to warm up this week, but god damn, I'm cold. I'm almost done writing. I really, even though it's cold, I always want to be outside. I love being outside. If I have a choice at any given moment, I will be outside, even if it's cold. But I guess that's the problem. I don't like that it's cold, but I'd rather be outside than inside. So I'm just complaining is the real answer. Complaining about my own decisions. There's no reason I can't do this inside. This is a choice. I'll stop whining about it though. Thanks. I was hoping I wasn't messing it up too bad. What are you doing, honey? It was a great story. Do you want to go inside? I'm gonna let the dog in. I'm gonna grab a blanket and some coffee and I'll be right back. Everyone enjoy the birds. And whatever weird things my neighbors do. Go, let's go. Be right back. 2021 story. Do you mean my awakening? That's so embarrassing. Is that what you mean? I don't know. Did I say that? Did I tell you that? I'm very familiar with Hal. I say it like we're on a first name basis. He has no fucking clue who I am. I am very interested in Hal Puthoff and Russell Tark and their SRI stuff. I think it was episode 6 of the telepathy tapes deep dive that I mentioned them because Kai mentioned something about the submarine studies that they were doing with telepathy, and they were involved with that. I haven't listened to Joe Rogan since the election. It's not that I listen to him all the time, but also thank you, HB, for the kindness. That story really isn't much. I literally woke up one day. Honest to God, one day, it was May 17th, 2021. It was a Monday. My partner was in Mexico for work, and I was home with a dog. And I woke up one morning, and I was texting him, and I just said, something's different. Something just was different that day, and it never went back in the box. Morning. Hey. My neighbors caught me. I remember feeling overwhelmingly like I understood what was important all of a sudden in a way that I didn't before. Like, there were so many things in life that were stressing me out and bothering me, and I woke up that morning and realized that 90% of them were not worth stressing about. They just weren't important in the long run, and then a lot more things happened from there, but that's really how it started. Okay, my coffee's not even hot because it's so cold it's already cold. I need to get a thermos out. I'm gonna have to keep this up. I have to go nuke my coffee. I know it's unhealthy to do that, but here we are. I'll be right back. UFO conference. I don't think I know about that one off the top of my head. But I think there's a consciousness conference coming up that I'm very interested in. I gotta look that up. Maybe it's already happened, but I feel like there's a consciousness conference in the near future. I wonder what the UFO one is. I mean, I'm sure I probably heard of it, just forgot. It's really hard. I'm very interested in the UFO topic, very interested. And it's difficult because now that I'm taking YouTube seriously and I've been doing so much in the telepathy and consciousness space, it's like my brain does not have room for both right now. Like, I can't get this heavy and deep into consciousness and then also try and get as heavy and deep into the UFO topic as I once was. Although I know that, like, if anything, it's all relative now. Like, I understand that. I know they're one and the same at this point. I don't know how it all works, but I know it's intertwined. It's very quantum entanglement of life. But yeah, my brain has not had space, is what I'm trying to say, to like keep it all in. Glad the sun's out. Caesar. Yeah, UFOs are wild. I saw my first UFO that, at least in memory, saw my first UFO last summer during the Air and Water show. And I was with other people. I saw it through binoculars. It was very, very cool. I have videos of it. I should post. I don't think I posted my videos on YouTube. I'll do that. We have videos of it where, you know, like everybody else's videos, you can't tell what it actually is. It's just like a dot in the sky. But now we can't wait for the Air and Water show this year because we're just basically calling it a UFO hunt now. Like, the whole point of us going to it is actually just to look for UFOs and not at all about the planes. But it was very cool. Very, very cool. And yeah, now it's a UFO watch party. Jason. Self-awareness fuels transformation. Self-love sustains the journey. I like that. archive he's referencing is the one that I published yesterday, the episode 7 for the telepathy tapes. If you haven't missed it, it's up. He was just acknowledging it because I got it out yesterday. Unless I'm wrong, HB, please correct me. elaborate on that. I have heard so much about 2012 at this point. I don't know if I can keep it all straight. Um, yeah, there's a lot out there about 2012. What can you enlighten us with? I'd love to know. What do you think? Sorry, thank you, Dakota. I needed someone to tell me that so I can project. The birds are loud. I will be louder when I'm speaking. Honestly, thank you for telling me that because that's what I need to know. I need to know when you guys can't hear me so I can correct it. And also, do you guys like this vertically or should I try and do this horizontally? The view's not as good, but like, I don't know. Tell me, please. Interesting, HB. The Great Pyramid Prophecy. Wait, I don't know if I know the Great Pyramid Prophecy. Sorry, itch. Okay, Dakota, what were you going to comment? That I should be horizontal? Or that you like the vertical? Yeah, please let me know. What were you going to say? Yeah, and that's the thing, but everybody watches it in different formats, like phone, computer. The amount of people that watch YouTube on TV is so surprising to me because it really freaks me out with the idea of like my face being on a TV. But also like I watch YouTube on TV sometimes, so it's just weird to think about. But you're, okay, so HB's on his phone, but you are not on your phone, Dakota. Is that right? And I wish that there was a way to like make it work better for both. Maybe in the future it'll have some sort of auto formatting. I'll just look and see, I guess, what the percentages on the lives of the format that people are watching it in, and see how many are on a computer versus phone and kind of go towards that. I've been doing my focus sessions in my office horizontally, and I've been doing these mornings vertically. Just a crapshoot right now. Just trying things out. Thank you for weighing in, sincerely. Also, HB, can you go on about the Great Pyramid Prophecy? I don't think I have no desire to be Rogan. Oh, that makes sense, Dakota. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And like I'm on my computer watching it so I can see the chat and make sure everything's working. But yeah, okay. Also, I'm like, my whole concept with this is really about the audio of like hearing the birds and the sounds. Was anticipating these mornings being chatty, but it's worked out really well. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see how it grows. But like, yeah, I appreciate you guys like letting me know what's working and what's not working for real. Because I'm just guessing at this point until I know otherwise. Also, Dakota, can I just say I'm really glad you're here because I think you're one of the only vocal females in the chat. We've had a couple like here or there, but I really appreciate you. I just want you to know that. Not that I don't love the guys, but you know, it's always nice to see another woman. So every morning I do stream of consciousness writing. It's it's called the Morning Pages, and it's from the Artist's Way, and it's really interesting. I don't know if anybody here is familiar with that, but it's been trending again lately, even though the book has been out for a long time, at 20, 30 years plus. I think it's starting to trend again because Dochi's been talking about it and how it's impacted her life. It has totally changed my life. But part of the practice is stream of consciousness writing every morning for at least 30 minutes. I usually do anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on how much time I have. And the concept is just to brain dump. So a lot of times, like if you were to go back and read what I'm writing, it doesn't always make sense because it shifts topics and jumps around. And the idea is that if you can empty out your brain of all of the things that are on your mind, stressing you out, weighing on you, whatever, you get them out and on the page so that your brain understands that like it's taken care of, like it's written down, you've acknowledged it, it doesn't need to remember it, and focus on whatever it is. So sometimes it's a book of complaints, or other times it's a book of excitement, but I also will get ideas for things that I want to talk about on my deep dives, or things that I want to do with my channel, or just whatever it might be, and this will become like an idea dump where I'll be brainstorming about what I want to talk about. It can be anything, but yeah, the point is that it's actually, there is no prompt and there is no set thing that I'm writing about at any given day or even moment. Like half of it might be very structured and thought out, and then the next half might just be a grocery list. Like it really is whatever you deem. I do have a personal, I hope you can hear me over the sirens. Hold on. Let it get past. I do have a kind of personal, I call it a mantra. I don't know if it's a mantra. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but I have like a personal 2-sentence thing, if you will. I'd say, I guess, a manifestation technique where essentially it just says, like, I'm really deeply grateful for, and then it goes on. And then the second sentence is like an elaboration of that. And every single morning I start by writing those 2 sentences 3 times each as like the very first thing, because I want to seep that into my subconscious, and then I just write from there. So also, if I find that like I get to a point in my writing and my brain is just like dumped, I guess, and I don't have anything that's like really jumping out to write, I'll go back to that mantra and continue to write it like lines. With that concept that whatever you seep into your subconscious has to come into reality at some point, right? That's at least what I've been told. That's what I'm trying. And I've been doing that for a long time now. And what I have written down hasn't come to fruition yet, but I now sincerely have so much trust that it will, because it's just been so ingrained in my head that like that is what's coming for me. So yeah, it's very wordy, but I hope it answered your question. David Wilcock. I've heard that name. I know, we're having 2 different conversations. I'm talking about writing, and then I'm jumping back to like 2012 prophecies. I'll have to look into that. I have a whole spreadsheet of ideas of all of the things that I want to talk about and do videos on after I get through the telepathy tape series, which now that I got 7 out, I've only got 3 more. And I'm sure I'll continue to talk about telepathy, and I'm sure when the 2nd season comes out, you know, I'll do something with that. But I am so excited for all of the other things I want to talk about, and now you're giving me even more ideas, HB. Also, whoever was talking about Hal Putoff and the SRI stuff earlier, too. I think it's warming up just a little bit. All right, I'm going to be right back. Enjoy the birds for a moment. I'm back. That's interesting, Dakota. You're so, I love how polite everyone is. Yeah, that is cool too. Yeah. I've been having more dreams lately, but I haven't been remembering them. Yeah, David Wilcock sounds familiar, but I don't know what I've seen him in. I do want to see we were talking about a video yesterday in the chat. What was it? Was it Whitley Strieber? I really want to go back and watch that one too. Warming up a little. Yeah, Dakota, I'm not sure what you've seen with HB before, but I know the tone doesn't always translate into chat. Um, so please know that. Oh, to keep your promise was in 2012. Interesting. I am excited to keep reading about it all. Out of curiosity, Dakota, do you work in the athletic world or in training or anything like that? Or are you just a fan of the gym? I love working out, so that's why I'm asking. I think in another life I would have loved to have been a personal trainer, but I'm just curious. A bit more ambitious than real. What do you mean? You mean like you work in it a little bit, like, but you have more ambition to work in it than what is currently happening? Is that what you're saying? A biohacker. I take a lot of supplements, actually. It's probably like a little embarrassing to list them all off. My doctor, thankfully, who I love, my general doctor, is very supportive of all of the supplements. Hold on, my dog wants to come out. Let me open the door for him. But I take a lot of supplements. Come on. Excuse me, that's my seat. Excuse me, that's where I sit. Excuse me. Thank you. What's up, dog? Say hi to everybody. Say hi to everybody. You should be napping right now. He's big baby. I'm going to answer all the supplements I take. There's no reason for me not to. From memory, I don't remember the scientific name for a lot of these, but I take NAC and N-Actyl. I'm not sure if that's correct. It's like NACTL, I think. 5-HTP, vitamin D, collagen. There's more. There's several more, and I'm not remembering right now. And I also do liquid vitamins. I take a lot of supplements. Every day. I take all of those every day. finish writing. This is a long one today, but I'm happy being out here. It's so nice. Oh, I see, Dakota. We just canceled our gym membership. I run outside a lot, although my knee has been bothering me a little bit lately. But I love working out. I just work out at home mostly. Later. Yeah, that was my goal, HB. It does not matter what mood I start out in. If I sit out here in the mornings and I listen to these birds, I will always feel better than how I started. It always. And that's why I started wanting to do them, was to share it with people that maybe in whatever scenario that they're in that I won't get to hear the same sounds. So that really was the goal. And I'm so glad that people are trying to find it. I was just thinking about, to be honest. I used to have really bad seasonal depression. It's been getting better the last couple of years, but I would have this really bad seasonal depression, and I would look on the internet and on YouTube. There wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't on YouTube at the time. I don't think YouTube did lives, but I would basically look for live sunrise videos from Hawaii and like watch the sunrise over the beach and the people walking and just like listen to all of it. And that's what had me thinking of it, was that when I was in a place where I needed to hear a different part of the world and know that like there was stuff beyond what I was experiencing, it really helped. And I just never let go of that idea of how other people may really enjoy listening to environments different from theirs, or even just the co-working of it. A lot of people feel a lot better body doubling and just having someone next to them to kind of work with them. So I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about the direction this is going. I want to mix these focus sessions and these writing and chit-chat sessions, and also start talking about my research as I continue to mix in long-form discussions about really interesting topics. That's the goal, and I know that it's going to work. I just don't know how long it's going to take, and I am just really excited. I'm really excited you guys are all here, because it's the very beginning. No, yeah. Always talking about telepathy with my dog now. He does, interestingly. Well, I have not received any telepathic messages from my dog that I am aware of. I have learned a lot about his body language that I didn't know before, like the direction of his tail. When he wags his tail towards my right, it's a happy, yes, encouraged sign. And when he wags his tail towards the left, it's more of a questioning, like I'm not unhappy, but I don't know what's going on. And he wags towards the left. I think this is true of all dogs. But then my dog doesn't bark, like I've said before, but I've recently learned that his yes is he licks his lips. Like he'll lick his lips one time for anything. Food, water, go out, whatever he wants. He will lick his lip one time. You ask him a yes or no question if it's a yes. And it's been wild to learn that and test it now over months and be like, yep, it really is his tell. And it's been very cool to see our communication grow. It's very cool. I really want to be able to be telepathic with him, but we're not there yet. But being able to read his body language has been awesome. It is really cool. And he and my brother-in-law's dog, they communicate without barking, and I have no idea how. I don't know if there's grunts and sniffs or if it's telepathy or what, but my dog will regularly tell us if his dog needs to go out, which is crazy. It's been happening for a couple of years now. It took us a while to figure out what was happening, but he will come tell us if she needs to go out, and it's crazy. It's very cool. Not from like separate floors, but if they're next to each other and he realizes it. So I don't know, maybe you can smell it on her, but it's still neat. Hear the bells? Can you guys hear those? What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's almost 10:30. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have an alarm that's going to go off in a second. I definitely have to go. That alarm will still go off if I'm recording. reminder of some Photoshop work I have to get to later today. And I don't want to forget about it. But I figured I'd be off the internet by now. Just having too good of a time. Now it's time. Now I have to go. End of the road, 3 pages. It's a long one this morning. It's supposed to warm up this week. So, it's my goal to do this most mornings. And my schedule's freeing up a little bit. So I'm really hopeful that the next telepathy tapes video will be out in 2 weeks rather than 3. Maybe sooner if everything goes well. So we'll see. But all right, y'all. Have a wonderful day. Stay warm. I'll see you guys soon.